Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 78 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your dungeon master, Luke, and joining me today are my players whose names are...
Hello, my name is Ben, and I'll be playing the ever-lovable sass cat familiar, Mr. Wiggles.
Nice. Hello, everybody. It's me, Carla, and I play. Ouch! Ouch! Don't. Hi, I'm the level cutie novice karate practitioner Ida. Novice karate practitioner Ida Adelberry, and here's for the prickled pest who pursues. I only wanted to see you dying in the purple rain. Purple rain.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Kurorigami, the literary avian companion to Mira Marchand. The team's on our way to the cave to fight a mechanical knave, but it killed the wise cat and knocked Wiggles flat. There's no better time to be brave.
Oh,
shit. Oh, man.
We got a poet in this house.
Damn.
Just because Kurorigami's not a bard doesn't mean I can't be.
And my name is Sam, and I play the little baby Virgil, the body and heart of a baby hedgehog, and now the soul and quills of a slightly douchier hedgehog.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the heroes delved deep into the earth, finding the final sanctum, that of the surfer aesthetic hedgehog. They then attempted to return to their friend the sage for some lovely healing. However, they found them dead at the hands of the prickled pest who pursues, and their house burning. It then blasted Mr. Wiggles, saying the heroes were not yet strong enough to truly face the beast, before collapsing into a pile of metal and wisping away towards the town of Ailton. The heroes, defeated and without allies, explored the road which ends, finding a small cubby filled with information on the prophecy, convincing them to head north to the cave not traveled. That sounds right, eh?
Yeah.
Sounds accurate.
The sound was that the house being burnt down was a completely different incident.
The heroes defeated, only he ran away and zapped me one time.
Y'all had like 5 hit points,
Yeah.
bud.
Yeah, we got hurt.
Yeah.
We got hurted.
And you're still kind of in that state, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all weak.
I can do the
Dang.
heal thing.
You can.
It's not a lot of healing.
You can take a moment.
Yeah.
You can take a moment and relax, heal everyone for a D8 as you glow spectacularly in the light of the day.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We must traverse from the southern portion of Ailton Valley, where we currently are, to the north, to the cave not traveled. And this is a reminder now here on maybe the penultimate episode that there's a map on our social media if you are ever confused about the geography of what we're speaking about. Anyways, so y'all need to go all the way from all the way from the south to the north. Via which route are you going there? Because if you recall, the prickled pest who pursues is currently terrorizing the city of Ailton, located in like the northwest-ish. So what's the...
We can go around by walking along the river, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can go around by walking along the river, correct?
I love Kurgan.
We'll just go around.
We can't go over it. We can't go through it. We have to go around it.
I mean, we can go under it if I dig fast enough.
Possibly, but...
That would literally take forever.
That would, yes.
I know this is an urgent situation, and houses are about to be burnt down, but let's dig a tunnel.
Let's...
I sort of want to see
Hear me out, guys. It'd be a really nice looking tunnel.
I sort of want to see the view, you know, by the river, hearing the water sploosh splash.
I concur.
Before we...
I think it shall be a beautiful view and safe trek for all of us.
Safe.
Yeah. Nothing's safe.
Yeah, let's just forget about all the farms burning.
Well,
And everything else that's on
if
fire.
things are on fire, where better to be than by the thing that puts it out?
Well, then we'll be sandwiched by two evils.
water on one
Kurogami's
side,
idea.
fire on the other. Both hurt.
We are trapped.
Yeah.
So as you all walk north, planning your route on how you'll get there while avoiding the city of Ailton and another confrontation with your foe.
What if we just take the city and push it somewhere else?
from like from behind you, I guess would be where it would be. Like that you had walked down the or like through this path to like a pit of nothingness or just nothingness. This is the like the road which ends. Like it literally just ends. It's just a cliff and then there's just nothing below. And you had found that little cubby place there, and you're walking away from there. From behind you, from like that direction, you can hear the wind whipping and all these things. And around you in the canyons, you can hear the wind whipping. It's like a wind tunnel-esque situation.
Oh hell yeah!
But you also, I think, when you like reach like the edge of the valley itself and like start to exit this canyon, you would probably see, flying very high above some large pieces of metal that seem to have originated from like behind you-ish. Does that make sense? Like probably like a 50 feet in the sky or something. And they're flying towards the city. And they seem to be like these shining golden pieces of metal.
Oh, that must be pieces of the pest.
So it's like flying away from the pest or flying towards the pest?
No, it's like it's flying from like where you were to towards the city. So where the
Okay.
pest
I wonder if we stop any of these pieces from getting to the city individually when they're not like composed into a beast that can fight us, if that will at least weaken it when it gets there and make it less able to hurt us. How big are these pieces?
They're differing sizes. Like there's probably ones that are what would the smallest piece would probably be like the size of like a post-it note, but then they range up to being like the size of like a car door maybe, right?
I want to flap my wings up to where one of the like middle-sized ones are, maybe around as big as me, and try to like kind of knock it out of the sky.
Wait, also, Kurogami. Wait. And, okay. And Kurogami, if you go up there, do you mind giving me a lift too?
Oh, no, not at all. Climb on my back.
Thank you.
Okay. Ida Idleberry climbs onto the back of Kurogami. Kurogami, take off from, or I guess you weren't like sitting on the ground, but you fly up into the sky. It's only like 50 feet high, and up to one of these flying pieces, one of like the medium-sized ones.
Yeah, one like maybe my size, like something that can be.
Okay. It looks like it's probably like a part on like the inner leg, right? Like just a long plate of like, it looks to be like steel that's gilded and very well polished, so that it's like this shiny golden finish on it. What did you want to do?
Can I kind of like flap my wings like Dust in the Eyes style and try to like use the air force to blow it down to the ground?
Blow it down. Make a what kind of check would this be?
Maybe strength? Because you have to flap your wings really hard
Maybe
to make
strength.
it
Yeah,
fall.
that.
Make like an athletics check. Make an athletics check.
Ooh, I have a
Kurogami.
minus to that.
Yeah, that's what I was
15
thinking.
minus, okay, 12.
Okay, a 12. Ida, was there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, so as this is happening, I would like to jump off of Kurogami, and is there like any other piece close to us?
Yeah, there's a bunch. They're all flying like clustered together.
Okay.
Like imagine like a little asteroid belt, like that kind of density
Okay.
of just things.
So I
Yeah.
would think that I could take slightly larger than medium with my
Okay.
with my vital squirrel strike second form and kick
Oh, you're
it.
just gonna punch it out of the sky.
Queen.
Yes.
Oh, hell
Kick it
yes.
out of the sky.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, make that attack.
Hiya.
Does a 16 hit?
Let me check my notes that I totally have open and ready to go.
As all good DMs would.
Okay, so this is what happens. So Kurogami flies up. There's like a fairly intense wind that seems to be like blowing it's not like these things are flying. It feels like there's a very strong wind like pushing them. Kurogami, you like flap your wings strongly at one of the leg pieces. Ida like jumps off of your back at like as like right before you stop flying and start to like stay stationary, Ida like jumps off your back and just like kicks heel kicks one of these larger, like probably a shoulder piece, a slightly larger piece, like tries to like heel kick it straight into the ground. The piece which you flap your wings at, Kurogami, it like falls a little bit out of the air, and stops moving forwards, right? Like it just starts to fall down and falls behind the rest of the group. But then it looks like that wind continues to like push it towards the city. It does like fall into some trees maybe, and like it scratched up or tarnished a little bit, but beyond like scuffing up the finish, it doesn't amount to much.
Okay.
Also, you blew a bunch of dust at it, so it's probably dusty now too, right? For all
Well,
good
I hope that
does.
makes the pest self-conscious about its appearance and less able to fight.
It has a dusty, scratched up leg. Simultaneously, Ida, you heel kick a large piece of the steel flying in the air, and it just this one manages to like hit to the ground, and it like sticks into the ground a little bit. And the rest of you, or you, Virgil and Mr. Wiggles, on the ground here, see that it looks like it's moving a little bit in the ground for a few moments, but then as like the rest of the cluster of armor moves away, or cluster of metal, it's not really armor, moves away, that it stops to move a little bit as this like wind moves away, right? So you've successfully stopped one large shoulder piece from moving.
Perfect. It now has an
Yes.
Achilles shoulder.
Yeah.
Well done,
A weak
Ida.
point.
And I will are you still up in the air? Because I can flap down to get you.
She just
I would
floats.
probably be falling down. Like,
I'll give you a landing point. Fly us back to the ground.
thank you very much.
Hopefully we've at least significantly weakened it for when we do give ourselves more strength and fight it.
I hope so too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
That was really impressive.
It was very.
Ida, you're a martial arts powerhouse.
And I'm going to
'Cause
pose
she's
like with my like
wholesome.
you know like Arnold
She knows martial arts and is full of
She'll
heart.
punch you, but she'll do it lovingly.
I would like to pop a berry in my mouth for a
Okay.
job well done.
You pop a berry in your mouth for a job well done. Excellent work, Ida. So, that having occurred, I don't think anything else eventful really happens on your journey. You guys follow the river and then make a cut north eventually. I think as you get close to the city, but not like entering the city, you can definitely see and smell smoke and hear like
Uh-oh.
screams.
Oh no, the river's on fire too.
Oh my gosh. Like in Game of Thrones.
God,
like
a
the
burning
like the
river.
blue fire.
Blue fire.
Oh shit.
You mean wildfire, which is green, Carla?
Oh, never mind. I don't
Anyways.
remember anything.
So you then cut north towards the cave not traveled. There's like a hill that rises towards it, almost like a gentle slope, like a earthen ramp is the word. And it's this large opening to the cave. It looks like it's like early in the day, but there's still like, it's almost like the sun isn't penetrating the darkness at the mouth of the cavern. And everyone give me perception checks.
Sure.
Ah!
10.
Oh,
Ooh.
10.
Well, I used up all my good rolls today. That was a
16.
nat 20.
I got a 12.
So 10, 16, 20, and 12.
Yes.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. Wiggles and Ida, you hear what sounds like whispers coming from inside the cave.
Now, what are they like? I would imagine any whispers coming from any cave would be very suspicious and ominous.
Yeah.
It's very suspicious and ominous, yes. And it's just like, it's right on the verge of being audible, like an audible sound. What would you like to do?
I'm hearing a lot of strange sounds coming from this cave. Maybe we should just, turn on back.
Well-
What sort of sounds? I hear nothing.
I want to listen more closely. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, do we have
Thanks for doing
company
sound
inside?
There's only one way to know.
You guys made me go into a mine. We're going in here.
Oh, I guess that's only fair.
Oh, yes, that does seem just. Besides, there's only one creature we've ever met in this land who is hostile to us, and, well, we know where that one is, hence the screaming, so, balance of probability.
At
They're
that point,
friendly.
as Kurogami
Luke,
says
is there a tree
screaming,
nearby?
you hear like from the city like
Oh no!
like a piercing scream.
Luke.
All right, you can go first.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of like gear my body, like I'm just like bouncing, and like I have my hands ready in case like anything jumps at me, and I'm gonna start walking in.
Just so you can punch it.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the cave. Ah!
Welcome to the Cave Hotel.
No one seems to come in here. Our Yelp reviews are terrible.
I am just a poor bellboy. Why did you punch me?
I'm not taking your bags to your room.
Okay.
They didn't even tip.
So,
They don't even have bags. What are they doing here?
No, carry me to my room, please.
So we arrive in the Grand Ailton Hotel.
So, Ida enters, and the rest of you follow suit. It feels like
Is there a tree nearby?
there are some trees out here. Yes.
I'm gonna go knock on wood and then go inside.
Okay. So you all enter. It feels like the darkness. It's like envelops you, and it's very cold in here. And there's like this stale smell to the air. The floor underfoot feels very smooth, and the walls are just close enough that you can see them, but barely. And there seem to be like some details if you wanted to inspect them further. And as you walk further and further in, this whispering grows louder, or not significantly louder, but louder to the point where it's more than just like a murmur that you can barely hear, and more to the point of like it's almost like you're sitting like 30 feet away from someone that's whispering, right? And you can hear like the coming from them.
I don't like this.
What's the answer to number 5?
As you walk, the whispering seems to continue, but it does not increase in any volume. But what does increase in volume, or what does appear, I think, to your ears, would be the sound of dripping water coming from in front of you, far in front of you. And as you walk, that continues to grow louder, and it turns from just 1 or 2 drops to many drops coming in front of you, and then it sounds like there's drops or little trickles of water running along the sides of the cave walls, and you can actually start to feel water underfoot.
Oh no, my paws.
Should you give us more water?
I flap up in the air and do the flying to my,
I'm walking like how a cat would if they were wearing like those rubber socks or
Okay.
whatever you put like on their paws. They're just like, eh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
attempt walking on my hind legs and then ultimately fail.
Oh, this all does occur. And as you all continue to walk and fly, walking on hind legs, doing like a weird little step when shaking the paw for each step, you eventually start to see light in front of you. And the whispering
Light at the end of the
the
tunnel.
light at the end of the tunnel, and the whispering stops
Did we die?
at this
Wait.
point. And there's been a lot of allusions to y'all dying, but anyways, that's for another time.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's
Oh,
that's for the next episode where we fight the beast.
Oof.
Yeah, what if at the end it just turns out that we were all having a group like hallucination as we go to the end of the tunnel, and our owners are just like, oh no, we can't save them.
The whispering stops at this point, and the room, or the cavern, opens up from this somewhat narrow passage to a large circular room. The ceiling is like a pointed, vaulted ceiling, and it definitely is carved out of the stone and not natural whatsoever. There are, in each cardinal direction, large animal statues. They look to be very crudely made or carved out of the stone. As you might guess, one is a cat, one is a crow, one is a squirrel, and one is a hedgehog. There's no like gems or metals inset into them as the other statues you've seen. These ones are much more simple, and they look to be like very, very poor renditions of you with very smooth features and just old giant statues, right? Like they're towering, like they go to the ceiling of this cavern. There are some beams of light coming in through the ceiling and illuminating the floor, which is it looks to be like these carved concentric rings. There's 4 rings, and then there's a central circular platform that looks to have holes in it or perforations, like a drain in the shower, right? And stuck out of one of those perforations or holes in the ground looks to be a long, almost tree branch looking piece of blue gemstone. And from the ceiling, water drips readily.
They didn't even get my good side.
Can you tell what side's what?
Which side is your good side?
Every side is my good side.
Then how did... You know what? I'm not going to question it. I want to examine this crystal more carefully.
Yeah, you walk up to it. It seems to be very smooth on the outside, but very like the light refracts a ton inside. It's almost like there's a bunch of little edges and ridges on the inside, while the outside is exceptionally smooth. It does look like a little forked tree branch, however, and it seems to just been like forced into one of these little holes in the stone.
Are there any other crystals around or anything similar?
Give me an investigation check.
Sure.
All of you can give me an investigation check too if you want to look around.
Ooh, 18
Okay.
plus 4.
Yes.
22.
That would be a 7 for me.
Oh, that's a 6.
That's also a 6.
Oh my
I hate my intelligence being -3.
It's so nice to
I
have a
have-
bonus to int.
It's not.
I have
fun.
+4.
Oh my god.
What did you get?
I have
Kuragami?
-3.
22.
22. Excellent. So the one who's actually intent on looking around does look around. You don't find any other gemstones or anything. It seems like this room is fairly plain, but looking around like on the floor in like the ridges of these large concentric circles, it seems like you probably, well, this is quite the conundrum you've created for yourself because you don't have hands, dang it. So how would you be doing stuff? You push at stuff with your feet. Like there's probably some small stones sitting on the ground and you're like turning them over looking for other gemstones and
Poking with my beak.
yeah. And as you do that,
I mean, Ida has hands.
she does, but she got a 7 or something.
We're all just kind of
Yeah.
staring in the corner like, ooh, this is pretty.
You're very concentrated on the waters dripping and like just not stepping in large puddles. But Kurgan,
Maybe I'm staring at the gem because it's shiny.
you probably see like 18 reflections of yourself like staring back at it. It's wonderful.
It's a kaleidoscope.
It's like a kaleidoscope, yeah.
No, but it's a kaleidoscope.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Hi, I'm gonna write that down
Kurogami-
in my notes.
Kurogami, you push at one of these rings, these large concentric rings, and it almost feels like it rotates underfoot a little bit. Yeah, but you don't find any gemstones. And to be
No
clear,
shinies.
it's not like you had to force it very much. It was like not that much effort to make this large piece of stone in the ground. Like this room's probably like 70 feet in diameter, and like the rings in the ground are just as large, but they move very easily.
Friends, companions,
Yes.
these rings are suspiciously malleable. Do you see what I mean? And I poke at it with my beak.
Yeah, you do that thing like look like a DJ,
Yeah.
like spin it back and forth a little bit.
I'm gonna drop you guys some sick
I will
beats.
bat at this ring with a paw.
Yeah, it spins very easily.
I, for some reason, am barely interested.
Time to
Ooh,
spin.
I'll go over and poke 'em.
So wait, so it's like so
It's like a large ring and then a smaller ring inside and a smaller ring inside and a smaller ring inside. So it's like these concentric rings, right? And they like
And-
spin.
Oh, I love those.
But
things.
you can stand on them.
Yeah, you can stand on them. They're on
Okay,
the
I would like to stand on one of them and like do some
I spin
like,
her.
like ballet.
ground. Oh my gosh.
Whee!
I'm gonna do a pirouette.
Okay.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I spin her, so it's like she's doing a pirouette
Almost
one
like-
way and she's spinning
yeah.
the other, and it looks like she's standing still, but she's not.
Give me a performance check, Ida.
I want to try and get on top.
Oh, yes, Virgil? Yes. I'm here for this shenanigans, yes.
Performance would be what do I add? to it?
Charisma.
Charisma. Perfect.
So wait, which ring is
Which ring?
Ida in?
What one do you want to be spinning? Yeah, what ring do you want to be standing on, Ida? There's 4 of them.
Let's go with the middle one. So I feel like
Just
you
like
know,
the
like-
smallest one possible.
yes.
Yeah, so that you're like a music box.
Yes. And I got a 21.
Oh, okay. It's excellent. It's wonderful to look at. It's like a lovely little display of dancing talent.
Especially
Who
with
knew
water
Ida
falling.
had such a skill. And water, little droplets of water are falling all around you. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Can I spin it so the fork thing is pointing at the statues of us? Does that do anything?
The middle one, like the middle platform, does not spin. It's only like the rings.
Oh,
around.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm getting to it. Y'all not goofing around just for nothing. As you spin Ida on this middleist, innermost ring, it eventually locks into place after like 6 or 7 rotations. And on the surface of it, there appear to be carved words,
Which
Oh God,
says
words.
which says, "So rests here the sea and land's attempts to turn the wind."
What?
Huh?
So
we have
rests
to throw
here.
rocks covered in water
So rests
at the
here
monster.
the sea and land's attempts to turn the wind.
What if we spin the next circle the opposite direction?
The opposite direction. How many times?
I'm just gonna keep on spinning.
You spin it 3-ish times in the opposite direction, and you hear a very loud mechanical click as it locks into place. And upon it, words appear. Long did the beast roam, but the land and sea grew tired. Long will the wind howl in hate for its fell creation, which too was freed from its hateful genesis.
Why is this so long?
Grew.
So it was made out of hate.
That would be a reasonable assumption, maybe. Yeah, sure.
The wind is heckin' angry.
Like the wind, like from what it sounds like the wind is under the beast's control, and we have to free the wind because earth and water are already freed from it.
Well, we
So maybe
just-
like our past iterations have already freed the other elements, and now we have to free the last one.
well, in the
Are we
images,
killing the avatar?
the statues depicted us destroying it through the power of water. So I wonder if now the key is with wind, as you suggest.
Yeah, maybe those aren't what we have to do. Maybe that's what the past uses have already done.
That would explain why the beast now appears different than it did in the past.
Yeah, because like so
I want to go to the next ring.
Okay.
so because it did say like yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to do the
This
next
is all
ring?
very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give an idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna be on my hind legs again,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna spin it. And once it spins fast enough, I'm gonna jump on it and ride it.
Oh my gosh.
Icon.
This is this is the second largest ring. It spins incredibly quickly for its size. Like it's like probably
Yes.
it's just like a giant piece of stone, but it spins like a what's something that spins?
merry-go-rounds.
Like
I
a Roomba.
Spins like a
literally
merry-go-round.
imagined a
Yeah.
merry-go-round, and then a kid jumps on
It
it.
spins like a merry-go-round.
like, yes.
Like amped up. Like it's very
Spins
fast.
like a frisbee.
Yes.
Like
yes,
if you took a
yes,
lazy
yes, yes.
like if you took a lazy Susan and just like spun it as fast as you possibly could, it's like going.
It's like the thing in the playground.
Yeah, a merry-go-round.
Yeah,
or,
merry-go-round.
or like a carousel.
Or one of those like
Oh.
weird
Like the-
teacup rides
Oh.
where
Carousels are
there's like a
though.
there's a circle in the middle and you have to spin it, so you keep going faster and faster.
Yes, all of this is correct. But anyways, Virgil does this, and then eventually, after 10 or 12 rotations, it just absolutely stops dead, and you hear a mechanical click, and you tumble forwards and like roll around for a bit, and like land in a puddle.
Oh no!
I
Your tummy
literally
fur
go
gets
into
all
ball.
wet.
I go into ball form and I just start rolling across the floor.
So
Spin dash.
the
Like in Frozen.
Wait,
Sure.
what?
Yeah, absolutely, Carla. Like in Frozen. You know, the
Wait,
hedgehog in
I'm
Frozen.
confused about the reference.
No, like there's like the rock trolls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually really that's on brand. Yeah.
I'll send you a video
Oh.
later,
I
Sam.
don't have.
So this one
Okay.
clicks into
And-
place, and written on it reads, "With fury and might it did rise from the hate of the wind, with the likeness of a beast as it longed for, it did act."
Big suspicious.
I'll write it down later. I don't want to write it.
That's all that's written on this one. Very short.
And now there's one more ring, isn't there?
There's one ring, the largest one yet. Yes.
The one
Let's
ring.
all spin it together.
How much momentum would you say that ring was for me?
That was a lot.
Am I still rolling on the floor?
I definitely rolled into the floor.
I'm still rolling on the floor. then.
Absolutely. Like went and you probably like rolled all the way to the edge of the room and like got stuck into like the wall a little bit. Someone might have to help you get out. And it's like
Oh no!
there's like little
like my
there's like little dents in
like,
the
yeah,
ground
where my-
where your quills like like almost like if you drive like if you have like chains on your tires and you drive on bare pavement and it like rips up the
Well,
pavement.
yeah, were my spikes reinforced? Like I'm like stabbed into a wall
Yeah,
now.
yeah, you're like
It's almost like if you had a wheel with studs on it and you were
Uh-huh.
just rolling it through like clay or mud.
and it just like rips every
Oh.
But yeah, you guys can help Virgil get out of that predicament, and then if you all wanted to spin this last one at once, maybe.
Teamwork
If that-
makes
Teamwork
the dream
makes the
work.
dream work.
Take a
Are you
rest
gonna
for a second.
freaking hold hands while you do it too? As is like what's this
You can
entire
hold my
arc has
wing.
been.
No offense. I'm gonna lay down on the ground for a couple of seconds and like recenter myself and
Abs-
not get sick.
Absolutely. The last ring spins, and it only spins once, and
Aw,
then clicks
lame.
into place, and it reads in a very short, or not relatively short. Like it doesn't like the message doesn't go around the entire length of the ring. It just reads, "For the gray wind does howl like a beast whipped. For it too did yearn for care, as the land and sea did so receive."
Oh.
See, I told you we have to talk to him about the society that has put him into the villain's role and let him know it's not the answer. We can all be friends. I knew it from the very beginning. Friendship is the answer to all of this.
Virgil's on the ground yelling this as you all like, read the message out loud.
For the gray wind.
Tough talk for someone who can't stand up right now.
It's almost like their
So-
whole society is based around farming, which the wind does not really benefit, or like the wind has
We
like
could
almost
put
no
in some
benefit to the
windmills.
wind.
Well, but how does
Windmills,
one
that kind of stuff?
benefit the wind?
So
We have to hug it.
as this final ring clicks into place, all of the rings descend.
Into the floor.
They kind of depress into the floor. The one on like the outermost ring, the one you just did, the least so, and the innermost ring a lot, right? And then that center platform also does like become recessed in the ground. It almost looks like it creates like a little stone funnel.
Ooh, an ice cream
Hmm.
cone.
Oh my god.
And the water above keeps dripping.
Oh my gosh, this thing's gonna
And
fill
it's-
up.
It's not like very fast. Like the water continues dripping, but not like it doesn't fill up. It's still draining out through those bottom holes in this little funnel shaped floor now. And that blue gemstone stick is still stuck into one of them. One of them holes.
We need to remove the stick.
Do you want to pull it?
I have no strength, so I leave this to The buff tough crew.
Buff tough.
Again,
In that case, I'll sit this one
Ida,
out
you're
because
the
I am
only
not
one
buff
with
or tough.
hands. I can roll into it, but like,
Let's discuss
Ida, you're
the
the only
merits
one
of
with
chess instead.
I mean, I could try to pull it. I'm gonna try to
Pull
pull
it.
it. Let me pull it.
So, like that one movie, Sword in the Stone. I assume I've never seen it. Ben, please feel free to correct me. You walk up to this this blue gemstone stick and probably grab it. How do you grab it? Like by the little forks and like try to pull it up, because like just a forked stick sticking straight up.
I'm gonna pull it like where it meets, so like down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Give me an athletics check.
Sure thing. I'm assuming that would fall under dexterity. Strength.
Nope. You have athletics as a skill.
I have athletics as a skill.
Yes, you should.
I have acrobatics, and persuasion.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
You fool.
Well then, instead
you
of
have it's a strength skill.
okay, how about instead of pulling it, I'm going to like do like a super strong like kick it up, like sort of like a.
Yeah, that's still athletics, nerd.
No, that would be acrobatics.
Oh, do you want to like?
Because I'm gonna do a flip.
That's not acrobatics.
Do a flip.
Do a flip.
Fine.
Sure. Yeah. You could try to punch it if you want to do that.
I don't
'Cause you
want
said
to
you wanted
break
to
it.
kick it. Oh, okay.
It's a
Sorry. Then make a fucking athletics check.
Okay. Strength. Cool.
Carla tries to persuade the DM to let her use Dex.
Not 20. It says
Okay.
I have a 0, so
Excellent. So you all see Ida struggle, and then slowly this gemstone stick starts to slide with some scratching and shrieking noises of like gems
Oh,
on stone.
God.
I hate
like-
that noise.
Oh.
For like 10 or so seconds as it is pulled out from the ground. And now all of these little holes in the ground are cleared.
according to my bedtime stories, this means that you're now the king of something.
Wait, so I get to keep this?
Maybe it's a weapon.
Yes. I bow.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. I'm gonna wave it around.
Oh, God.
make a I don't know. Make a dexterity save. It's very slippery. It's covered in like water.
Make a wave weapon check.
This is a no lie. I got 19.
What the
Plus
fuck?
4. 23.
Okay. You feel it like you feel it like turning in your hands because you can't grip it very tightly, but it doesn't like fly out of your hands or anything. It feels very not designed to be swung though.
Okay, not swung. What if I like moved it like a wand?
You swinging it?
What if I
Like,
attack the
wah.
For
wall?
a stabbing motion.
What if I
like,
attack the
you-
wall?
What if you like you're gonna just hit the wall with it?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
Shattered.
You hit the wall with it and it shatters into a bunch of tiny little shards.
Oh, that was a joke.
My bedtime stories didn't prepare me for this section.
Well,
Oh no! And I'm going to take food from my pocket and be like, try to feed it to the shards, and I'm like, eat it.
As you like kneel down and like attempt to feed food to gems, you see that they're all shaped. They're all very tiny and they're shaped like little raindrops. All these little shards that it broke into.
Well, that's the
You
sea.
made it cry.
hopefully that wasn't important.
Well, it seems to be sea related, which is presumably important.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
The little drips and drops falling from the ceiling seem to drip and drop a little bit faster.
Oh no.
And that little funnel seems to not be draining as quickly, and some water, like a small puddle, forms at the bottom of it.
Maybe we're supposed to build a statue of crystal for the wind.
Maybe.
I think now we have to fix this one because the ocean is vengeful.
What if we put a shard in the funnel?
if you just like throw it in the water.
Yeah.
And you, Mr. Wiggles, walk over and
Pat.
swat with no regard for anything. Swat the like Ida's like crying over here, thinking that she like destroyed something beautiful, and you just like swat and like push it down the slope into the puddle. And as it like splashes into the puddle, you hear a low hum, and the dripping starts to go faster.
Oh.
Something happened. That's good. Correct?
So are we supposed to offer it to the water god?
Yes, perhaps it's meant to fill up, and this indicates showing care to the water.
Water, we love you. Water,
Wiggles-
Yes,
I
we
love
do.
you. Water, I do.
When we're apart, my heart.
Water, I know we've had a difficult relationship in the past, but
Just because you could soak through my paper and potentially kill me does not mean you do not have a wonderful purpose in life.
I love
just because you're
bats.
awful and ruin my fur,
Water,
I have nothing
love
good to say about
bats.
water.
Water, I
So-
appreciate
You're an
you.
essential part of the cycle of life, even though I can sink in you like a literal stone.
You
But I respect you,
you,
water.
you say all your praises for water, and then put the
Praises.
little pieces of gem into it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The baby is hungry.
The more pieces of gem you put into the water, the more the water drips from the ceiling. And the more it turns into almost like just like a stream, like almost like someone turned the tap on upstairs and it's just dripping through the ceiling
Is this tap water? I'm allergic.
until this entire little funnel is filled up. At which point, all of the major dripping stops or halts, and it all goes back to like the minor drippings that were occurring before. And the water is very clear. You can see at the bottom all these little pieces of gem that have been put into this large funnel, and you hear this deep humming, and it seems to be like filling the room. And after 10 or 20 seconds of just staring at it and being like, well, okay, what now? What do we do now? And like saying these weird things about how much you love water and how much you miss it and it's the best, even though for a couple of days you guys have just been like, water sucks, it's so bad.
It's not bad, we just drowned.
It's just not your thing. After a few moments, it begins to turn transparent, I think would be the best way. Like, it's almost like, turning transparent is not the best way to say this. It's like looking through a window instead of looking into, like, through water. It's like the water, everything below the water seems to disappear from your vision, and it's like looking through a window. And written in white text, in like the same script as what's written on like those concentric rings, are the words, "To the heroes who came when needed, we thank you. May the sadness of the land free the people who so clearly need it." And out from this window, which I will describe further in a second, out from the window emerges 4 larger teardrop-sized or teardrop-shaped gemstones. They're probably like the size of like a fist, right? They're not like little tiny ones. They're like larger, and there are 4 of them, and they float out and are there if you would like to grab it.
Yes.
But also looking through that window or through that through the surface of the water, because it is still water, it's not like turned to glass. Looking through that water, you see a dark cupboard-esque room. There's a large workbench with some wand disenchanting devices attached to it. There's a large cupboard in the corner that looks like it could fit a large clockwork golem. It appears to be the room that you all had been spirited away from just recently. None of your
What the
owners
fuck?
or parents are there, and it seems to be dark and unlit, but you can see it clear as day through the surface of this water. And floating in front of each of you is a small teardrop-shaped gem. What's going on? What do y'all want to do?
I want to go home.
I want to touch the water.
You touch the water, and it sends like a little ripple out. As your paw like goes through it, you can see it, like you feel it not get wet, but you feel it go into this other room, but you can still pull it back out. And
I'm gonna pull it back out.
okay, and still written there on the surface, although rippling now because Wiggles disturbed it, is that white text about the sadness of the land.
I take my gem.
Okay.
Same. I take mine.
Okay.
Mine.
Mine.
I guess I will also accept this gem, this gem.
We take the games.
I'm in a predicament.
Oh boy.
It's like peer pressure. Like, Virgil wants to go home. He's tired of this adventure. He's not used to adventures and everything. He just wants to go back to his
You
mom.
do.
But,
I will
like,
make a very good note
all
of
of
you
his
do feel,
friends.
You do feel emboldened. Ever since that cave, it's not like you're brave or you're like courageous now, but you do feel more like like a pinch more like confident, I think.
No, yeah, and like it's the same thing. Like he wants to go home, but at the
Mhm.
same time, like he knows what has to be
Mhm.
done. He sees his friends take the gems, and he's just there. Like, I mean, and I think his main fear is just like, what if I never see my mom again? But
Mhm.
he's gonna take the gem.
Okay. As all four of you take the gems, this glass-like finish to the water disappears. It all drains almost in an instant. It makes that really loud flush noise as it like goes down the little holes in the bottom. And
To take away just the ambiance.
Flush.
and
It's like a really quiet moment, then like
yeah, and then the flushing stops. That humming noise that was coming, or that you heard, stops, and it's almost like the darkness that was in this cavern, right? Like this room was very well lit, but the actual passage to get here wasn't. And it's almost as if that darkness is a little bit lifted. And coming from
Oh.
the mouth of the cave, you still hear screams and can smell smoke now.
Oh boy.
oh, were the screams happening the entire time?
No, you couldn't hear them while you were in here.
Okay.
Pay no mind to the screams of the civilians outside this cave.
I'm just imagining like, oh, look at this beautiful place just in the background.
Should we stay or should we go home? As someone like
I-
screams in the background.
My family.
On second thought, let's not go to Ailton. 'Tis a silly place.
And that's where I think we'll end this episode. Ben, can you do the outro?
Me? Okay.
You.
I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. I sure did. If you like our content and more of the stuff that we do, please leave a review and rating on our iTunes. We really like to hear all the nice comments from you. We also have social media pages at Trials and Trebs for both Instagram and Twitter. You can check out a lot of cool fan art and like look up some previews that we post occasionally. It's good stuff. We also have a link to a Discord server there as well. You can join and talk with fellow fans of Trials and Trebuchets, along with some other cool stuff, and meet some nice people. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, for those who wish to help out a little extra, we have a Patreon page where you can donate to support us and allow us to bring you more quality content, including bonus episodes and bloopers as well.
And although I'm not ever endorsing this, I do post all of the notes that I write on there. But God, don't give us that. Don't do that. It's not worth it.
Do not.
But thank you everyone
Don't
for
do what?
listening this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun listening to these goofballs. And we'll be back next week with not so goofy stuff, maybe. Maybe still goofy, but I don't think so.
One of us dies.
Bye!
One of us must be sacrificed to the pumpkin door.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.